Great morning, great evening, great afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I am Cindy Goodson, also known as Cindy G of the Cindy G Project, founder of the Fibroid Healing Academy, and probably a boatload of other incredibly exciting projects. So I have not been on a YouTube video in a long time, and I hear all of you who are so precious and so gracious, so grateful and so gracious to me. I am so grateful for each of you that has viewed, commented, and subscribed to my channel and my videos that primarily have focused on fibroid healing. And most of you that have come into my circle, you definitely know my story. I had 9 fibroids a few years back, and I nearly died from the symptoms. And I say nearly died. When I think about it now and where I am now, I was very close. I was very afraid of what I was hearing about the potential to die, but I had such a raging spirit for life and such a zest and a zeal for life that I want to change that story. And it's okay, and you do have to give yourself permission to change your story from time to time, because the stories that what we experience, sometimes we live in that story for years, for decades, for centuries, and they no longer serve us. I say for centuries, but you know what I mean. For long periods of time, and the old stories with the old pain and the old, emotional baggage, they don't necessarily serve us with where we're going, especially when we're going to a place of magnanimous healing and joy and unprecedented just elation for life and energy. And so I don't want to get too far on a babble road of, just with all the excitement. I do have a topic here that I want to address, because so many are suffering from so many things. And although I focus primarily on fibroid healing, actually I don't even focus on fibroid healing anymore. That's not what I do. I'm a holistic nutritionist who focuses on healing the body naturally, without pills and pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries. My focus and my whole purpose for being here is to help to teach and guide others how to allow their bodies to heal. And the topic of the video, the title is Heal Your Body Yourself. I think heal your body by healing your emotions, or paying attention to how you feel. That's really what I wanted to convey today on this video. So in the Fibroid Healing Academy, we definitely focus on, there's a focus on healing fibroids, because if someone is seeking out help from me and I'm talking about how I healed my 9 fibroids and 100% of the symptoms very fast, all naturally, no surgeries. After 7 doctors told me that I must have a hysterectomy, and I healed them all naturally. No more looking pregnant. You know what I'm saying? No more asking if I'm pregnant. None of that. It's all gone. It's all a part of the history, a part of my past. But now I pay it forward. The focus to get people to understand, once they get inside the program, it's very little to do with focusing on the fibroids, but it's actually about focusing on your whole body, right? Your emotions, your mind, your environment. And so with this video, I just really want to share a couple of tips on how to fast track yourself into healing whatever it is that's going on inside of your body in the form of dis-ease, whether diabetes, whether cancer, whether fibroids, cysts, PCOS, endometriosis, mental illness. Like, again, I have to be very careful, because I don't want anybody to kill me or throw me in jail like they did Dr. Sebi. I don't want that to happen, so I have to be very careful with the language. But let me just say this. True faith comes from believing based on what you know is the truth. And if I can just help with some hope, and you can clench to that hope from what I share, then guess what? That can help you to get in a better vibrational place emotionally. And that's what it's all about. The true healing comes from how you feel emotionally, because I can give you 9,900 recipes for smoothies or salads or cooked meals that are healing to the body. But if you still are focused primarily on the symptoms, then there's resistance to allow, because let me break that down. It's hard to believe in natural healing when you're hemorrhaging. It's hard, and I know this for myself. That's why I used to use the words nearly died, which, yeah, concerning things from a Western medicinal perspective, yeah, I nearly died. Hemoglobin 2.9. Can't sit up like this. I'm in and out of consciousness. Like, yeah, it was a real bad time. Very challenging. I call it an anemic stroke. Like, they haven't named that yet in the medical industry, but I literally could feel myself shutting down. I could feel in my veins that my cells, and I think that this was just the universe's way, God's way of showing me this is what death feels like when you're leaving. So the essence of myself, my being, was very weak, but it was also very transitional, because in that time of being very, very, very weak, I was giving thanks. Couldn't talk. I couldn't sit up in the ambulance rushing me to the hospital. I was only able to whisper, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord." Because in my spirit, I knew that I was not going to die. But the doctors were saying, "Oh, she's critical." And yes, I was in critical ICU for a week, and I had many, many, many units of blood transfusions, which I never wanted to do. But I had to, because, in this time and space reality that we live in, the body needs blood, right? Gonna have to have some blood to live with. Like, you just can't, I know, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Yes. And then that word of God is healing. And when you ask for it, you are given it, but you have to allow it. You knock and the door is open, but will you walk through? Like, I could just really go into a full-fledged sermon on that topic, and I could talk for nights and days and nights and days about that. But here's what I want to give you, a quick analogy. So let's imagine, and this is how I've learned it, so I'm going to communicate it. Amen. Amen to you. Thank you so much. I want to communicate it. Let me see if I can show the comments, because I want to messages. Okay. Hi. Oh, let me say hi. Let's have some people. Okay. Hi, Maddie Z. Hi, Matt. What can be done for heavy bleeding during menstruation? Okay. What can be done for heavy bleeding? Don't focus on the bleeding. Okay. Focus on feeling good. Okay. That's the topic of I could just end the video right there. Focus on feeling good. But if you need to do something like, because you do need a quick fix for the bleeding, you need to eliminate every 100% of anything that's animal product based going in your mouth. You need to get off of the animal products. You cannot heal fibroids or really anything if you're eating meat and dairy and drinking coffee and eating processed fried foods and things like that. Stuff out of, candy and even bubble gum. Like, you get pop, soda, you got to give all that up. You got to remove all that off the plate, because it's not food. It's not going to serve you, especially in a healing journey. And if you also need to do something to arrest the bleeding, I would drink cayenne pepper tea. Like, I would make some tea and put a ton of cayenne pepper in it, and that will help to arrest the bleeding. Also, turmeric. If you look at my other videos, I talk about lots and lots of turmeric. It's anti-tumor, antiseptic, antiviral, anti-inflammatory. And so when the tumors are inflamed, you're going to get a lot more blood. And then when you're stressed out, "Oh my God, I'm bleeding." I've been there. You're going to bleed more, because you're focused on the bleeding instead of focused on the healing. Focusing on regenerating healthy new cells. And that's what comes from the food. So more information on that, type "let's talk," and I'll get you some information on my program. I agree. Seeing the hemorrhaging is horrible. It's scary as hell. Like, you panic. I totally understand. I'm trying to, let's see, I want to get to some more of, okay, oops. Oh, so sorry. I'm just gonna chill on the trying to adjust stuff while I'm here because I'm just really kind of messing up. All right, so I wanted to really talk really quickly. I want to give you a scenario about how the healing process works. Imagine a village of people where oh, that's not coffee, that's Ticino. It's a coffee alternative. Ticino, just look that up and you can get you some of that. It tastes really good and doesn't have caffeine, it's organic. Anyway, so imagine a village of people and someone comes and the problem with this village of people is that most of them are sick and the new people are born into that village, the sick old people with this old belief that they're all going to get sick and die, they're sharing that information with the new kids the new babies that are being born. They're instilling that in them from day one, that you're going to be sick and you're going to die and you're going to be sick and it's going to hurt and you're going to die and you're going to be sick and you're going to die. And then somebody comes in and says, well, you know what, don't even worry about that village because they're all going to be dead in a little while anyway, so just let it happen like it's going to happen. Let's imagine your cells, trillions and trillions of cells in your body that scientifically we understand in the science space, and I'm in that space. Lots of research, several degrees, getting a doctorate right now in health psychology. But the point is, let's imagine the trillions of cells, knowing that those cells are going to be all regenerated within about a year, right? You're going to get a whole fresh new batch of cells. But guess what? The new batch of cells are going to be developed based on the information that is going into the body. So if the information that I'm getting, if I'm part of that village and I come into that village as a new cell, as a new person, and the information that I get is, you know, you're going to be sick and die, right? You know it's going to be painful. You may as well just suffer through and die. That's the information that I've been given. Then more than likely I'm going to believe that because that's what I'm being taught. That's what the information that I'm getting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your cells are very similar to that. So your cells get information based on what goes in to your body and also based on how you feel and what you think and what you believe. So when the cells that are bombarded with information that says, you know you're going to be sick, right? You know you got fibroids. You know you're just going to bleed to death. You know you got diabetes. You know your mom and them had diabetes. You know your dad and them had strokes. You know everybody. And that's, if I agree and if I buy into that system of information, then I'm going to perpetuate that same thing. But lo and behold, there's a new tribe of cells that are ready and waiting and to be supercharged and superpowered to step in and step up and start speaking a new language, some new information based on the chlorophyll and the vitamins and the nutrients and the enzymes that are coming from these real plant-based foods that I teach in the program of how to, and it's not, the program, let me just say this as I'm babbling, my program, my Fibroid Healing Academy, is not about healing fibroids. It's about healing your body and your mind and getting into an emotional alignment with who you really are. That's what it's about. So if you're looking to, I would just want to, just tell me what to do. I can't, and if I have a conversation with you on the phone and you're in that state, then we're not going to be a good fit because I am only able to help those that are ready in terms of a transformation of their life, because the transformation has to happen in order for that inner being part of you, which no, your inner being is already set and off the chain and ready to go and is allowing you to heal if you want to. It's us that focus on the other stuff that is not in alignment with healing. We're focusing on the other stuff. We're focusing on the fact that, well, what about, I can't eat chicken? I can't eat cheese? What am I going to do for protein? God damn, really? Do you want to heal or you want some cheese? Like you got to make a decision there, because cheese ain't got nothing to do with your healing. Cheese ain't food. It's mucus that's processed, and the cow mucus is designed for the cow's baby. I can't say that enough. Cheese and meat and all that shit is not designed for the human body. Do we eat it? Do we consume it? Have I? And do I? Not like I used to. Let me say that. Not nearly like I used to. I am probably 95% vegan or plant-based. I don't even like to use the word vegan. But I've also healed the issues in my body, right? So if you're in a crisis and you're still worried about whether or not you can eat some fried chicken from Popeyes, or whether you can eat some burgers from McDoodoo's, or what about the tacos from Taco Hell, and you still focus on that, you will not heal your body of anything. In fact, you're going to allow more, because that is the type of crap that generates the cells that are in that village that I'm talking about. So you do have to feed your body, and you have to feed your emotions. So if that means clearing out some old habits, clearing out some other people, clearing out some environmental issues, some toxins and things like that, then that's what has to take place, so that your body can get into alignment with who you really are. Anytime you feel bad, anytime you feel off, anytime you feel depressed, anytime you feel anything other than fully energized and excited about life every single day, from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to bed, then that means you're out of alignment with your inner being, because your inner being, that God part of you, is always ready and excited and healthy and on fleek, on point, and on task. So it's about how do you tap in, tune in, and get turned on to get in alignment with who you really are. That's what I teach. But I had to learn it. Ooh, I had to learn it first, because I wasn't just born teaching it. When I was laying in bed hemorrhaging and looked like a doggone murder scene, right? A crime scene, laying in a puddle of blood. It wasn't just easily ready for me to, what do you mean, focus on inner being and focus on feeling good? Hell, I'm bleeding, I'm hemorrhaging. How can I feel? It hurts, the cramps. Have you felt my body lately? Have you felt the cramps? Feels like somebody got a stick stuck up in the wrong part of me and twisted it. So I understand. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a furthering you down in the right path, as opposed to the wrong path that's going to keep you perpetuating the pain, the bleeding, the hemorrhaging, the depression. So you want to have some hope. The hope is, so if I recommend some herbs and that gives you hope, I'm glad to do that. If I recommend a meal plan and that meal plan gives you hope, I'm happy to do that. If I give you access to consultations with me, 4 one-on-ones, plus a community of other women who are on the journey, who are making the difference, who are getting extreme transformative benefits and results, and shrinking fibroids and healing their bodies. If I can do that for you, then I'm happy to do that. But the tip of the day is the only way, in my understanding and in my knowledge and from my perspective, based on what I've done for myself and others, the only way to heal your body of fibroids or anything else is to heal your emotions. You gotta feel good about the fact that you're on that journey. You gotta feel good and see yourself healed. You have to see yourself with a flat stomach. You have to see yourself pregnant. You have to see yourself. I don't mean being stressed out. Oh, I ain't had a baby yet. I'm not making fun. Or why I can't lose the weight. I can't. My stomach's still bulged out. I drank the smoothies for 6 days. But it's not working. So first of all, if you did it for 6 days and it's not working, it's because you haven't done it long enough, and you still got the old oil in the body, the old oil in the old filter. Let me give you another scenario. Your car, for example. You take your car in for an oil change every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, right? When you drive your car into that mechanic, do you just ask them to, can you change, I want to get an oil change, but don't worry about taking out the old oil. Just put some good oil, fresh new oil on top of it. Don't worry about changing the filter. Just give me some new oil, okay? Give me some new oil, and that should work, right? The new oil should work. We don't have to worry about undoing the other damage. We don't have to worry about changing the old oil, removing the old oil, eliminating the old oil, changing out the filter. I just want some new oil. Your body is the same way. You can't just go and start drinking green smoothies and eating some salads and eating the quinoa and the lentils and all the other, and the the cauliflower and the asparagus and the broccoli and all these delicious meals that I can show you how to make, and they're out there on YouTube and everywhere. You just Google. But you can't just do that and not undo the old stuff. You got to get down there and detox your body. You got to get under the root cause, which is old beliefs, old habits, old thoughts, old perspectives about yourself, old guilt, old, you know what, man, I had an abortion, so that must mean why I have fibroids. I must deserve this. You have to give yourself permission. You have to allow yourself, forgive yourself, and you have to tap into that new way of life, which means that you love you. This is about self-love. My program's framework is reset. It's a reset. R-E-S-S-E-T. R-E-S-E-T. It's not respect. It is respect, but it is reset. Radically establishing self-love systems to express your tasty life. Your life is meant to be tasty. Tasty. It's so exciting. All right, did I even make my point today? So the point is, and I still have so much to share, so I'm going to have to do another video. I'm going to head over to breakfast. I got a breakfast meeting, and I'm excited about connecting with some old friends. I'm back in my hometown, Benton Harbor, Michigan. I'm so glad to be home. It's cold as hell. Well, hell ain't cold according to the people say. But it's really cold. But it's okay. I've got on a turtleneck, so I'm good. Got my little chino, so I'm warm, and I'm 50, so I'm also going through the little personal summers. You know what I'm saying? I got my little fan out here in the winter. Sometimes I just have a little, ooh, I need to woosah, woosah, woosah. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I can be so silly, but that's what life is about. If you're not having fun, then you ain't living. I laugh hard every single day, and that's a must. You got to get that laughter in. So, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment. Tell me what's on your mind, how I can help. If you're interested in joining the upcoming class in Fibroid Healing Academy, let me know. Hit Let's Talk. Send me an inbox. Holla at me. You know, get at me. I would love to help. I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Bye. And how do you stop the video? I don't even remember how to stop the video. I know I got to do something here. Do I do this? Tell you, some folks just ain't technical at all.